Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital and welcome to this new video on your daily update, of course, on XRP. And I will cover XRP through thick and thin, whether it's sunny or rainy. And today is definitely a rainy day, but we're going to do a full update right here on XRP, talk about the current situation. I want to start off with some positive news, all right? And I think, it depends. It depends on your position, of course, but there are reasons to be slightly optimistic here. While XRP is pushing into this major support level, although I must say that there's at least technically there's a little bit more reasons to be slightly pessimistic and to be slightly bearish here on XRP, of course, which obviously being a little bearish on XRP, I don't think I'm saying a strange thing then. But okay, but the good news is that yesterday Ripple is breaking into the $120 trillion corporate treasury payments market with the $1 billion acquisition of G Treasury, and we got some strength because of that. It was, in the end, it was minimal, I would argue, but ultimately I do like this strategy that Ripple has continued over the course of 2025 of these acquisitions of these traditional financial markets that actually already have customers, that already have infrastructure in place, that already do a lot of transactions. I think it's a little bit undervalued what Ripple is building right now. I mean, obviously their XRP ledger is not doing too great yet when we're talking about the statistics, but things like this do make me more bullish about the long term about XRP, and they do still I do still see XRP as a good long term hold when we're talking about 2025, the rest of it going into 2026. Now, does that mean that I'm an XRP maxi and that I only hold XRP? No, I mean there have been some comments lately that say, just give it up, don't believe in XRP anymore. Look, I know a lot of you love XRP a lot, and I think it's a good project as well, right? I mean, don't catch me wrong, but it's not that I'm going all in on XRP and that I hold nothing else, and that everything banks on this. But okay, doesn't matter. Look, when we're talking about the technicals right now, it just doesn't look great. When we're talking specifically about XRP. As you can see, we broke the balance we had formed since the crash last Friday with that move right here. Yesterday, as you can see, XRP was actually relatively strong here at the end of Thursday going into Friday morning, where Bitcoin had already broken down. XRP was still holding this level, but you can see like you have this minor intraday resistance level at 2.37, and even though we bounced at the value area low, so the range low of the balance we had created, we got a pretty strong reaction there. And then over the course of this morning, which is very, very much fueled by fundamental bearish pressure. If you take a look at stock markets, for example, those are pushing down quite aggressively, right? And that's pushing down Bitcoin, and that's the same mechanism that's also pushing down crypto. So that has started over the course of this morning. The volume is pretty major as well, right? So I have to say this looks like a real bearish breakdown. So purely technically, I mean, it looks most likely here, unless we get some positive news, right? I mean, if all of a sudden we hear that China and the United States have come to a trade agreement and everything is settled, that's great news. Then we can reclaim, like the key level we need to reclaim with XRP is 2.31, right? If we're able to reclaim that with volume, we're good, all right? But since we have dropped down below that with high volume, and because of the fundamentals underlying this move, I would say it's more likely that this is a bearish breakdown and that we will drop down lower. And then we have this major support level right here at 2.2 and 2.15. Honestly, given the fundamentals we had yesterday, I think it's quite likely that XRP is just going to hold this level. We still have an older value area low at $2.05. Maybe we'll spike down into that. But honestly, I don't see XRP dropping down much lower. So that's also the positive in the sense that, for the first time in a while, we can actually say that, or at least I can actually say that I'm a little bit more optimistic about XRP than Bitcoin. But finding support here and finding some stability does not mean I think we'll rally. For that, I think we need first of all, time, and then preferably also some good news, which I'll keep you updated on. But that's it for now. So thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments, of course. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care in these markets. They're quite tricky. They're quite treacherous. And I'll see you all in my next videos in which I'll keep you updated. Thank you and bye.